What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Play Death Road to Canada with DogAndPony. I'm DogAndPony, and this is Death Road to Canada. We are starting a new game. I've once again taken the liberty of coming up with our characters ahead of time. So it's Estha. I'm gonna call her Essie. I don't know. She's ultra fit and paranoid, and then the buddy I just selected, Trevor. He's a big bruiser, and he's paranoid. Nope, he's berserk. Sorry. All right, and game mode is of course Deadlier Road mode. Hoping for the best here. I've spent the last 5 or so hours. This says many traders offer you different things depending on how much food you have. Hit the road. All right, the past 5 or so hours since I woke up. Go to the rest stop. It's been spent fixing my computer, which has had a strange new problem today, where, you know, initially I thought there was a truck idling outside of my apartment window, which isn't entirely unusual. When people move in, they typically use, I don't know why I'm out here, they typically use, you know, big old moving trucks. So I just figured someone was moving into an apartment and it was near mine and they were just idling in the parking lot outside, and the truck was maybe due for some maintenance, but no, that was not the case. In fact, it was my computer making some very awful noises. Just gosh darn terrible. Wow, 6 food. I opened it up, I dusted it out thoroughly. Didn't appear to help. I couldn't figure out what it was. I initially thought it was so loud. I thought it was a hard drive disk spinning and just about to completely give up. That was not the case. It is definitely, I've isolated it to, well, I quickly isolated it to either my CPU or my GPU. I dusted out my CPU thoroughly, and that didn't fix it. I took my GPU out, and I very carefully dusted it, and did everything I could think of to fix it. No help. You know, as a kind of, I don't know, maybe solution, I made sure my my drivers were totally updated. They weren't. They are now. That actually did reduce an additional problem that I thought was related, but apparently was not, where I started getting coil whine as well, like pretty severe coil whine. That problem is now solved, and as of right now, my it's not making the very loud noise anymore. So that's good, but this game isn't exactly intensive. Basically, well, I think it's now, I've decided it's probably the CPU. I'm not totally sure, but that's where I'm leaning. I'm really hoping it's not the GPU, because that's probably the most expensive component in the computer. If it's the CPU, though, that's still a huge pain. It's a pretty expensive CPU. And of course, it's a pain in the ass, pardon the language, to, ooh, what do I do here? Is she ultra fit? She's ultra fit, so we're gonna do parkour. All right, we did it. It's revealed and it increased. So it increased first. This is what it actually is now. It didn't go up past that. Her fitness was good, as we expected. Anyway, yeah, it's just a pain to replace. Do I want to go to a pet shop? I don't know. I think the bulk of our loot is going to come from other places that aren't the main area here. Okay. So I don't think it really matters which one we choose. Yeah, I don't want to replace my CPU, but I might have to. which hopefully it'll last as long as it can, because I definitely cannot get one anytime soon. It's just not in the budget, and that means if all of a sudden these videos stop showing up, it's because my computer just entirely stopped working. That hopefully will not be the case, but that is currently what I'm a little worried about. Basically, it's happening mostly when playing, more graphically intensive games. Like, I was doing a little bit of testing, making sure my encoding settings are good and stuff for Streamline. I was streaming Streamline to make sure I could, in the future, after the holiday weekend maybe, like the next weekend, start doing some live streaming. Just want to make sure everything's working properly. And that's when I started experiencing the issues. But now it happens regardless of if I'm streaming. It's just a certain amount of time into playing games. It starts and it sometimes stops soon after if I quit the game. But most of the time it seems like I need to shut the computer down for it to stop fully. Sometimes it did start once I was messing with the, I was trying to see if it was one of the fans being loose. So I was in my, BIOS messing with fan speeds, and nothing seemed to actually cause it. And then out of nowhere, it started again when I wasn't messing with any settings. So I have no idea what it is. It's really frustrating. If I sound tired, it's because I am. And I'm just a little irritated and not too happy with what's currently going on. Because, I kind of need my computer to do pretty much all the stuff I do, except, walk my dog, which he'll be happy about, because there will be a lot more time for that. Whoa. Whoa there. That was odd. Okay. So far, so good in this game. Honestly, if I don't win this Deadlier Road Mode run... Did I say that right? Deadlier Road Mode run? I think I might go back to doing, like, rare characters runs, just to get my bearings, feel better about how I'm playing. I might start playing this on some live streams, so I can get live advice. Apparently, I really messed up that fishing encounter a while back, where I could have just interacted with the sign at the fishing cabin and gotten some fish. Instead, I swung the fishing pole at the air above the water, and it did nothing except break my fishing pole on air. So, just being able to get little bits of advice about, things like that. I'm sure I make tons of other errors in judgment. I think, it's also just a lot easier to get audience participation via live streaming than it is when I record videos ahead of time, and for obvious reasons. So, yeah, I'd love to get to do some of that, if possible. What was I talking about? Anyway, yeah. Oh, this is the last video in the major batch of videos that I recorded ahead of time for Thanksgiving weekend and week. After this, I will be resuming my regular schedule of only recording 2, 3, maybe 4 days in advance, tops. Whoa, no, I don't want to waltz off without it. I like how that's blinking now. Okay. I was just trying to get around the zombies, not leave my car behind. Is there anything else around here, or should we just... I'll check all the way off to the right side, but I have a feeling we're going to be done. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah. Ooh, it's still going. Oh, there is another building. That's very unexpected. These zombies are very irritating. This is pretty early on. This is only our second encounter. And these zombies, I mean, it's raining and they hate that. Oh, geez. Okay, it's empty. Let's get out of here. Let's just go. I think that's everything. That's definitely everything. Let's leave. Alrighty. Back in the car. You can get in too. And out of here. With an okay, excuse me, amount of loot. Mostly the weapons, which is what you go to the athletic store for. We got the extreme hockey stick. It's, I believe, unbreakable and lightweight, so we can swing it pretty well. Our strength is fine, but our fitness is a problem for us. It's obviously good, just not as good as it can be. So far, my computer seems to be happy with this game, which is good. Good news for the continuation of this series. Even if I can't play other games, we're gonna endure the smell. We're losing our morale, but that's, you know, what you expect when you sleep in the smell zone. Helping with car trouble. Normally this would be Trevor's cup of tea, but in this case, he's got 3 options, none of which are going to be very good. The group meets a man trying to repair his broken car. He clearly has no idea what he's doing. We're probably going to tell him to cool it. We might steal his supplies, though that would drop Essie's morale, probably. We'll give it a shot. Let's steal his supplies. Trevor easily robs the stranded man of his supplies, even with even his wrench. We got 4 food, 4 medical supplies, a bunch of ammo, and Essie's loyalty is also bad, so we both got a morale boost. Pretty awesome. We can rob people without having to worry about anybody in the group's morale, at least currently. And here we might just get an opportunity to do that. We do not necessarily want to rob people. That can go very wrong. We can die from robbing people, for one thing. We're going to say no thanks to gas to snacks conversion. How much gas do we have? 90? All right. Obviously not enough to buy snacks with, but ooh, shotgun. Salesman, we can tell him to cool it. That's safe. Apparently the only thing that's not safe is the carnage weapons, unless you have your full charge, which is indicated by flashing exclamation points. I now know that. I will not forget that. If I did know that in the past and forgot it, I definitely won't do that again. This is awesome. Look at that. Wow. Food and medical supplies galore. Ammo Emporium. So we don't have anybody to tell to cool it. We can only rob. And not even that guy. Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna tell him to cool it. Trevor tells the shotgun guy to cool it. The peddler is really annoyed by this. I'm trying to make a living here. He then starts blasting his shotguns in the air menacingly, forcing the group to flee. Okay. It is very dangerous to shoot guns into the air. Never do that. We're asking for trouble if we keep on stopping in cities. Yeah, probably. Rambo. First butt. The group hears massive barrages of gunfire while approaching a town. In the middle of town is a man holding a minigun. Around him are droves of re-dead undead. He says that he is a mercenary for hire, paid up front. We are going to recruit the crap out of Rambo. We have the food for it, for sure. Let's do it. We can't ignore it. Rambo stuffs himself and his minigun into the car. He outright refuses to put Bertha in the trunk and says no one will ever be able to pry it from him. We lose the 10 food for some reason, and he joins the team. Very strange. I don't know where that food goes. Things are going good now, but we got to be prepared for anything. Ooh. The group is about to explore a small house when they notice that a horde is creeping nearby. The group will have to hold their ground for a bit before they can escape. Siege alert, there's no escape. Very large, late afternoon, 1 hour. Try to survive. All right. This is what I'm gonna do. I don't feel good about it, but I don't feel terrible about it either. The Rambo knife is going to be a nice addition to the team until we get to a point where we actually want to start using the what's it called? Minigun as well. Rambo's super good at combat. should be a big help in keeping our berserkers alive. I would like the next encounter to be a familiar face. Hopefully one of these several that is a martial artist. They get such nice fitness bonuses and strength. Really fun to use, but also super risky. And when you have 4 people in your group, it's not as much of a risk. We are just absolutely destroying these zombies. The siege is going to be easy peasy and not a problem at all. Is there any loot here? I think just that piece of wood. Yeah, that's it. We are gonna throw some furniture there. Oh, come on. Really? First throw, kill one zombie, and then, see, that was better. I mean, it's pretty early, but I still feel pretty nice saying so far so good. Rambo is obviously a big help, as long as we don't let him get hurt at all. I don't want to start using up our medical supplies this early on. I'd like to get a nice stockpile going, hopefully not run into too many bandits, and if we do, Rambo should be able to deal with some of them. He has special bandit options, I believe, as do berserkers, just in general. Yes, let's go. All right, back on the road. We've got 7 medical supplies, and I don't know anybody's medical ability as far as I'm aware. Nope. I do like with medical and a couple other skills as well. Whoa. Okay, morale and random skill gain is nice, but Rambo +1 all skills, it doesn't really do it to all skills. You gotta remember that. I think he can train above max. This would definitely be helpful, getting his strength and fitness up. But is it worth it? Or we could train everybody's fitness, which I think is the better idea, because we do want Trevor to have better fitness. But morale, what's our morale at? We're all okay. I think if this was any of the easier modes, I would go with fitness. But because morale can be such a huge penalty to us in Deadlier Road mode, with more and meaner bandits decreasing our morale more regularly, I think we have to make sure we get morale. And I know this is what I always do, and I think it's extra necessary right now. Trevor didn't get a skill. It probably tried to up his strength, but that's okay. That's the risk you take when you do morale and random skill gain. I wish it wasn't, but it is. Berry picking in zombie games, we need to not be tired, so we're going to sleep. Okay. That was our first night with Rambo. Strong Stranger. It's a weird name. The group finds a new person, Christinia. She's alone and wants to join the team. She's pretty strong. I guess we'll ask her to join. She boasts about being a former caged pit deathmatch fighter. Oh well. Not a familiar face, but good enough. As I was saying, medical is an interesting trait because you can, definitely ominous labs, figure out generally what their medical ability is based on A, who's doing the healing. If you know that like Essie here has pretty good medical, and yet Trevor is doing all of the healing in the car, you know that Trevor has a better medical ability than Essie, despite maybe not knowing what it is, like exactly, based on the number of medical supplies it takes to heal someone, or to heal 1 health or 2 or 3 health. You can figure out a range of like 1 to 2 different values that it could be. It's a lot easier to determine that way than any other ability, I think. There might be others that do similar things, but that's a big one. Alright, good enough, let's keep it moving. By good enough, I mean we killed pretty much every zombie. All but one. We want to make sure we're throwing stuff. It's typically a lot faster that way. So this ominous lab, obviously going to have a little bit of food in it. It's also going to have some sort of machine that is going to allow us to alter our character in some way. We don't know exactly what it does, or at least I don't know exactly what it does. It might change characters based on their current stats, so I don't know if it's consistent in what it does or if it always does the same thing. We'll just have to see. I don't know who we're going to alter yet. We'll figure that out when we get there. Maybe the new person. Probably not Rambo. We don't want to mess with that. Maybe Trevor. I don't know. It's a tough call. I don't want to change Essie too much in case it like alters how perks and traits work in some way, or if it changes a perk and trait. It might make you go from paranoid to something else, and we need her to be paranoid to prevent really bad things from happening with bandits. We always want to have a plan when we encounter bandits, and that's what Essie's here for. I mean, Rambo kind of alleviates that with his ability to deal with some bandits, but not completely and not necessarily well enough. So, yeah, definitely don't want to throw Essie in there, especially because it could potentially lower her health to 1. I think that might be one of the things it does. In which case, we definitely want to throw Trevor in there because his health is the only one that's already lower than 1 to begin with. Or lower than full to begin. We just smack that key all the way into that corner there. Alright, let's go pick it up. We got a big metal key. We're gonna have a safe to unlock. Maybe we won't even get the opportunity to alter a character. It'd be unfortunate. That's why we came to this ominous lab. But I think there may be a bug or just a feature where ominous labs might just become normal labs and have just a safe instead of the machine as well. I don't know. I think I read that like on the subreddit. If you... Ooh, okay, stockpile of 15 food is what we want. I think while we are running out of gas, we're more likely to encounter bandits if we don't have gas, and we're more likely to lose our food if we encounter bandits. We only have enough for 1 night. This would get us up to 3 nights if we took the food, and we have more opportunities to get gas as well. Like, we have a little bit of time to get to more opportunities to get gas. We have 30. That'll take us like 3 places or so, maybe 2. No, we gotta take the gas. We gotta avoid bandits. And we do have more food with us than we do just in the car. I forgot about that. I mean, the gas is definitely the better decision. I'm glad I took it. Yeah. Now that I think about it, now that I realize that there's food in our arms here, in our packs, or wherever we keep it, yes, gas was the obvious decision. I want to pick this up. It seems very heavy. And I dropped it. Or it broke, I guess? I don't know. There's another 2 rooms to go in off of here? Nope, just the 1. Alright. Any machine? Yeah, big old machine. Nice. Okay. We already got our safe. We got our big old machine. Who's going in? Trevor. Trevor's going in because it can reduce his health, and I don't want 2 characters that have less than default max health. Trevor enters the machine. Trevor gets blasted by mysterious science rays until the machine ceases to work. He feels energized. His fitness goes up. He feels more perceptive. I don't know if that's a hidden trait like dexterity that does unique things, but his wits and shooting go up. It might also just be that by feeling more perceptive, that increases his wits and shooting. Perception is wits and shooting, in other words. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. It's what happened, and we're good. We're good with it. We're happy with it. So now's about time that we think about leaving, but we still obviously want to loot the entire building. So it's early enough in the day that we don't need to get out of here right away. We will just kind of start to backtrack our way to the main lobby, if we can find it. I think this is the right way. not 100% sure, but, you know, like 90. Is there anything down here that we missed? Well, these zombies definitely aren't going to follow us. Okay, maybe they will. That one might. That other one too. Darn. That was nowhere near as effective as I wanted it to be. We already went in here with the zombies coming after us pretty hardcore. Alright, this was the first area off the main room we explored. There were only 2, if I recall correctly. So we're going to go in the other one now. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Maybe a little bit more food. That would definitely feel real nice. 2 toilets progresses us toward our toilet genie, or is our toilet genie. Not sure about that either. 1 gas, 1 bullet, no genie. That's fine. It's interesting to me still. And oh, right. So I've been talking about like going into the game files, altering them to get toilet genies more often. For my own personal experiments that wouldn't go up on the channel, and then reverting it whenever I record. We're gonna leave. I'm not gonna do that because I was looking at the code more, and it looks like you definitely washed out road. The road ahead has been flooded out, but it looks like the car could maybe still get through it. The group decides to jump it. I'm definitely not going to do that because I figured out that the genie cannot be recruited. I was looking through the game files again, the scripting files. You definitely, I think we're going to eat and rest. Yeah, it was a normal thing. Essie, don't be stupid. Anyway, that is all for now. I do want to finish this sentence. I want to finish this sentence. I looked at the things. It looks like on Keppa mode, it's eventually going to be possible to recruit the genie, but that is not yet a feature. Based on what it looks like now, that is the case. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future, assuming my computer doesn't break down entirely. And I will see you in the next episode, assuming my computer doesn't break down entirely.